Hi everyone, welcome to a new Howling Tales devlog. In this episode, we will see the new enemy, the Fallen, integrated into the game, and the Randomizer system to create different variants. On the other hand, I made some changes in the UI and applied new icons. Finally, I refined the Equip and Unequip weapon system. So let's get started. To create my characters, I use Blender for modeling and Substance Painter for texturing. Once I texture all the parts, including their variants, I use the Uefy add-on to make the character compatible with the Unreal mannequin. I'll leave the link in the description if you are interested in that add-on. The most complex part of this process is the weight painting, so the mesh deforms correctly during animations. Normally, I use the automatic weighting offered by Blender, but you always have to make adjustments manually. I have created a file with the references for each bone based on the Unreal mannequin. I use these references to make the manual adjustments. You can download it for free from the link in the description. The advantage of using an Unreal compatible armature is you can use many animation packs from the marketplace. And on the other hand, changing the characters in the blueprints is as easy as a single click. On the other hand, I have created a randomization system to create variants. The system chooses different parts like armor, clothes, helmet, hair, etc. and create variants of the same character. So not all the enemies of the same type are identical. The system is very flexible and I could add more items in the future to create even more variants. Another thing I have been working on this week is the UI. I like a very minimalistic UI. But it occurred to me that in many circumstances, it's not even necessary to see the HUD. So I created a system that shows it when it's necessary. By default, it's hidden, and I show it when we receive an attack or enter combat. If the player wants to display the HUD, he only has to make an attack, even if it's an attack to the void, and then I show the HUD. What do you think about this system? Do you prefer to see the HUD all the time or hide it when possible for a more immersive experience? Leave your comments below, I'm very interested to know your thoughts. Another change is the lock-on target icon. Enemies give feedback when they can be locked on. Previously I was using a cube, but I replaced it with an icon following the graphic style of the game. The icon disappears when the enemy is too far away and we cannot lock on him, or when we have locked on him and the decal shows on the ground. The lock-on target system is completely manual. We activate it with R1 and deactivate it with R2. We can also change the target if once we have locked on an enemy, we keep pressing R1. We can keep pressing it until the cycle is finished, and then after the last enemy the system unlocks. Lastly, I refined the Equip and Unequip weapon system. Previously, equipping and unequipping work in a very manual way. The only automation happened when, without being equipped, we started an attack. The character was equipped automatically to save time and interactions from the player. I have added two more automation. The first one happens when we lock on a target. If we were not equipped, we will be equipped automatically. For the second one, if we are equipped and we want to vault, then the system will automatically unequip us. Automatic equipping is very practical as it saves us time and puts us in combat immediately. The automatic unequipping is more visual and aesthetic since the vault animations are not designed for the character to carry weapons, and by unequipping the character we avoid weird things like weapons going into the terrain or obstacles. And that was all the progress of this week. For next week, I would like to work on the finishers and start with the new graphics for the player. I hope you like the improvements I have introduced. As always, if you like this content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and leave your comments if you have any questions or suggestions. Thanks so much for watching, have a great week, and see you next Monday.